Hello. So for this catering class, I was actually able to learn a lot. I was never really interested in the food and beverage side of events, but now that I was able to take a good look at what catering really involves, it was pretty insightful. Something that I'll most likely carry on to the career path I hope to have with events. So one of the things I found interesting was the websites or the any type of technology you can use to plan out plan the layout of the event you're trying to do, whether it's with like tables or plants or chairs, and the fact that you can actually pick the specific room in certain hotels or venues and actually plan out where you're going to put specific things. That's pretty good to know and have some type of experience with. I'm sure I'll be able to use it in any internships or job opportunities I'll have in the future. And it's even easy not only for the planner but for the client, for them to also have an idea of where all their things are going to be, where they can also change things as well. Something else I also found pretty interesting was how detail oriented or how specific wording and capitalization should be in menus. I never really noticed that or saw the importance behind that, but in to the most simple or to the more high-end type of events, that's something really important, being that that's the first introduction you have to your food, the way it's explained to you and presented to you on a menu, and the order it's presented in, and if it's spelled correctly and properly. That's something we should know. As people who are studying hospitality, that's a big thing that we should be aware of. Something else I found interesting was actually the extra credit project, knowing what colors work with others and how people perceive those colors. Like I know I've read that like McDonald's or Wendy's, like any fast food chain, usually uses red and yellow. That's just because it apparently makes you have more of an appetite and makes you feel happy and that type of stuff, which I found interesting. Something else I enjoyed from this class was knowing something again I never really was interested in or really knew much about. Like the ingredients in certain sauces. I found that cool to know that some are sauce, some are based on different type of food. So like some have lemon, some have tomatoes, some are just specifically oriented to a different ingredient. I also found it interesting knowing how certain restaurants have their different ways of serving food. So like there's American style, French style, just different methods of serving food, and they all have their different names and they all have their different qualities in them. I thought that was interesting. So overall, this was a really insightful class. I'm glad I actually was able to take the catering class and the events and expo class together. They kind of correlated and they made it a little easier to get along with. And I also had it with you, with the same teacher. So that was always nice. So yeah, thank you.